Zia Yusuf, the chair of Reform UK, has resigned amid escalating internal conflict within the party. Yusuf, who was brought in by Nigel Farage to help professionalize the organisation, stepped down following a dispute with the party's newest MP, Sarah Pochin. He referred to Pochin as dumb after she questioned Keir Starmer about the legality of women wearing the burqa in the UK during Prime Minister's questions. In response to the backlash over his remark, Yusuf, who has faced criticism from party activists for months, announced his resignation. He stated on X, formerly Twitter, "I became chairman of Reform 11 months ago and have dedicated myself to increasing the party's membership and achieving significant electoral results. However, I no longer believe that working towards a reform government is a productive use of my time, so I resign from my position." Hello viewers, welcome to UK Pancakes. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss any insights about UK elites. His resignation comes at a challenging time as Reform UK aims to make an impact in the Hamilton by-election for the Scottish Parliament. Despite the turmoil, a recent Techne UK poll indicated that Reform holds a strong position with 31% support, compared to Labour's 23% and the Conservatives' 17%. Last month, Reform UK achieved significant victories in local elections, gaining over 600 councillors and winning the Runcorn and Helsby constituency from Labour in a by-election. Farage has suggested that Reform could replace the Conservatives as the leading right-wing party and has the potential to enter government. Techne's CEO, Michaela Moizzo, noted that while Reform UK maintains a strong lead, the implications of Yusuf's resignation remain uncertain. The conflict with Pochin has revived memories of earlier divisions within the party, particularly the ousting of MP Rupert Lowe, who is currently pursuing defamation damages against Yusuf. Since Lowe's departure, several former members, including ex-deputy leader Ben Habib and former London mayoral candidate Howard Cox, have called for Farage to dismiss Yusuf. Nevertheless, Farage credited Yusuf's efforts with the party's recent successes in the May local elections. In reaction to Yusuf's resignation, Farage expressed his regret on X, stating, "I am truly sorry that Zia Yusuf has chosen to step down as chairman of Reform UK. He played a significant role in our success on May 1st and is a highly talented individual. Politics can be extremely challenging, and it seems Zia has reached his limit. His departure is a loss for us and for public life." The recent controversy arose when Ms. Pochin used her question during Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday to ask, in light of the Prime Minister's intention to strengthen ties with our European neighbours, will he, for the sake of public safety, follow the example of France, Belgium, Denmark, and others by banning the burqa? Sir Keir welcomed Ms. Pochin to the House of Commons but responded, "I'm not going to go down that path with her." On Thursday, Mr. Yusuf criticised the party for asking the Prime Minister about a policy that the party itself does not support, calling it foolish. He claimed he was unaware of the question and that it was not part of Reform's agenda. A spokesperson for Reform later clarified that banning burqas was not their official policy, which led to calls from far-right groups for Mr. Farage to endorse such measures. The situation escalated quickly, with reports indicating that Mr. Yusuf had been marginalized from the party's efforts to find significant savings in councils controlled by Reform and was no longer managing the day-to-day operations of the party. Raheem Kassem, a close ally of Nigel Farage within the MAGA movement in Washington, D.C., remarked, "I predicted months ago that something like this would occur because in a new party with many conflicting personalities and priorities, being chairman or leader is an incredibly challenging and often thankless job. The pressure affecting Zia Yusuf should make people appreciate Nigel Farage's relentless dedication even more." At the same time, two of Mr. Farage's longtime associates, Andy Wigmore and Aaron Banks, known as the Brexit Bad Boys, have emerged as early contenders to succeed him as chair. Opponents wasted no time in ridiculing Reform following the resignation. A Labour MP commented, "He, Yusuf, is a despicable individual who should not be involved in politics, and this clearly shows that the Reform Party can't even find a chair who believes in their vision for the country." Liberal Democrat Deputy Leader Daisy Cooper MP added, "By effectively resigning, Zia Yusuf seems to be setting an example for the UK Doge. One must admire his dedication to the cause. It's already evident that Reform UK is failing to serve the communities they were elected to represent. Instead, they've resorted to the Conservative strategy of infighting. Georgie Laming, Director of Campaigns at Hope Not Hate, stated, just hours after the dispute over the proposed burqa ban, internal conflicts have once again thrown Nigel Farage's political venture into disarray. Zia Yusuf has suggested that it's not worth trying to get Reform UK elected if the party's own chairman believes this. What confidence can voters have? We know Farage has a long history of not tolerating dissent. Many individuals have left his parties over the years, and it appears Zia Yusuf is now one of them. Yusuf has encountered Islamophobic harassment from some members of the party. On social media, certain supporters of Reform have questioned whether a Muslim can genuinely be part of the party, while others have threatened to leave because of him. He later somewhat contradicted himself by blaming Indian bots for disseminating misleading information to Reform voters. Tim Montgomery, another prominent former Conservative Reform supporter, mentioned that Yusuf faced significant personal abuse, primarily on social media, which he believes impacted Yusuf. Despite the long-standing racism and Islamophobia directed at Yusuf not being publicly acknowledged, it is noteworthy that the party leadership now recognizes the need to address this issue as part of their damage control efforts. When he was initially appointed, Yusuf vowed to bring all my expertise, energy, and passion to the role to ensure we achieve our mission of returning Great Britain to greatness. Similar to the MAGA movement in the US, Yusuf aimed to make the UK great again by tightening border control and restoring sovereignty. Yusuf's association with Reform, a party that prioritizes anti-immigration policies, was particularly significant given that his parents were first-generation immigrants from Sri Lanka. Nonetheless, he represented established ethnic minority communities in the UK who, despite their immigration backgrounds, advocate for stricter immigration policies. He identifies as a British Muslim patriot who loves his country. My upcoming research with colleagues highlights that the reasons cited by minorities who supported Brexit closely mirror those of the general public, with uncontrolled immigration being a major concern. Farage likely viewed Yusuf as a valuable asset to the party. Just days before their fallout, he praised Yusuf as an example of why Reform could not be labelled as racist. I would remind everyone that the chairman of the party is Scottish-born, with parents from the Indian subcontinent. However, we don't discuss race at all. We believe everyone should be treated equally and strongly oppose categorizing people into different groups. Farage also acknowledged that Yusuf's racial background was advantageous when addressing his resignation. The departure of Reform's most prominent minority member is significant. It also highlights the divisions within a rapidly growing political party, reminiscent of past conflicts in Reform's predecessors, UKIP and the Brexit Party. This internal strife contributed to their inability to achieve the current success enjoyed by Reform. Ironically, this situation serves as the first major test of the professionalization efforts that Yusuf spearheaded. Thanks for watching till the end. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. We hope to see you in our next UK Pancakes.